Okay, yeah. So, unless anybody has any housekeeping before we begin, I do not, but some of you might.
I don't
Other than
believe so.
Alex's
I covered
weird
mine.
ear. Um, yes. Okay. Um, yeah. So, because of the way the last session ended. Oh, Alex, have you tested the recording,
I did.
and are you recording this?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I tested it and it is
All
live.
right. Well. All right. Because of the way the last session ended, I would like everyone to roll initiative because we're starting with a fight.
Why did it roll twice? Oh, um, I guess I do have housekeeping. My mouse has been buggy, and sometimes it'll click more than once. So
Oh,
if
Jesus.
I
Okay.
ever roll twice when you only ask me to roll once, just take the top one. Um, I'm getting a new mouse soon.
Uh, I mean, I've been playing D&D online for 4 years. That happens 10 times every single
Yeah.
session. Don't worry about it. Um,
Let's try to do this
just
again with my goddamn
if I
stream
show
working.
confusion, then just let me know.
Of course.
Shockingly, I rolled close to the same number both times.
I actually am not last in the initiative for once.
Damn. You gave me your last.
Although I would have preferred it this time.
Oh yeah, I'm literally the worst one to go last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is thank you.
The slime rolled an 18?
Oh, that was Samantha because reasons.
Okay.
That's why you just see it like that, as if it's from a character sheet instead of like talks from an NPC.
Okay.
Uh,
That's the thing. Oh,
this is the slime's actual role.
Okay, dope. So I get to block the way for literally every one of the allies.
Uh, that also happens quite a lot in my experience. Um,
Friedrich is
all
about to
right.
get shoved around.
Yeah, I have negative dex. This is what happens when you do.
Well, all right. I guess first up is Tuck.
Yes. He's gonna fly over there. And so taking the help action, he has to do it on the slime, right?
Yes, you have to do it on the enemy, and then the next attack roll against that enemy will have advantage.
Okay, I'll do that then, yeah. He's just gonna fly over and distract it a bit by flying around its head.
Okay.
That's Tok's turn.
All
So
right. Yeah. Were you gonna say something? You said so, and I.
no, I thought this was my turn next, but it's not.
Nah, not quite. Um. Okay. Next up is Samantha, who I think I think according to Emmett, I believe she thought the slime was a bluff, but then you're just like, oh, the slime is actually there. So she turns around the corner to see what all the fuss is about, and she looks concerned, but she holds out her lantern, and fires an eldritch blast at the ochre jelly, at advantage because um, of friendly neighborhood raven. And that is a clean hit for 16, no, 10 points of damage, but a 16 to hit. As it goes like, I don't remember how Emmett describes me with this magic. It just sort of swirls out of the lantern, and flies into the yellow pile, and just sort of blows a chunk out of it. Um, but oh, I guess she probably like poked around the corner. Um, and sort of turns towards you, Friedrich, and then you can sort of see that the lamp, or the lantern, sort of extends this sort of purple bluish mist, and it envelops Samantha, who sort of just looks at you apologetically, and you see that she is turned into this smoke and she is pulled inside the lantern, which rattles down onto the floor in front of you.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that is how Samantha will disappear when Emmett does not show up. Emmett just expressed concerns about there being in-character reasons for everyone would be like, okay, well, you just dipped at the start of the fight. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to ensure that does not happen. But Samantha is out of the fight. Next up is Euphoria.
All right. Let me pull up the.
I guess kind of reactively at that point, I would yell, "Please don't kick the lantern!"
So I cannot
And
get
it's
there.
in this tile here, yeah?
I mean, yeah, it's not huge. You can avoid it.
Yeah.
All right. Euphoria is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just run out there and pull her sword out. And that's it for now.
Okay, are you readying the attack action for when it comes within 5
Yeah,
feet of
once
you?
it gets close enough to me, I'll swing at it.
Yeah. I don't like to make assumptions. So if you
Yeah.
be very clear if you're readying something, because I will be oblivious if you are trying to hint at things. Orphantal.
Yes, Orphantal's gonna just shimmy past Friedrich and probably stay at range for now and cast Firebolt for now. Wow, for one damage.
One point of damage.
An amazingly high attack roll, but then it just like
Yeah.
it just, because it's wet, it kind of just douses your fireball.
Better
It
than
just-
better than rolling a 1 on the attack roll.
Yeah. I
As
mean,
you,
that would have been cool too. Yeah.
As you sort of and blast out a tiny little chunk, like an ounce or so. Anything else, Orphantal?
No, that's it for now.
Okay, the man of the hour, Friedrich.
Friedrich is going to rush forward. Well, actually, first, before he moves, Friedrich is going to pick up the lantern and set it in the doorway so it's out of this hallway completely. And then whatever I need to do to close the door, I will, because I want this thing to be out of the fray.
I'll say you can sort of like gently push it into the room with your foot and close the door as your free object interaction.
Alrighty. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Actually, I think Friedrich is just going to hold the line with Euphoria, and he will also ready action his he'll just ready the attack action for now.
Right.
And yep, that's me.
Okay. On the ochre jelly's turn, it is going to shimmy forward 5. Whoop. Hello? Shimmy forward 5, 10. Okay. Euphoria readied Euphoria readied her attack first, so Euphoria's attack goes off first.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that is a hit.
All right. I'm not going to do anything special with
And
that.
as you cleave straight down the middle of the ochre jelly. You can see that it does actually like cleanly cleave through it, like silly putty, and then 2 blobs on either side begin moving independently.
Fuck.
Laka.
As it uses split to
Um,
turn into 2 ochre jellies.
Clarifying question, because I kind of forgot reactions existed. Instead of readying an attack, can I just say I have taken the dodge action instead?
Sure.
Alright.
I have to do a thing. Okay. That was that one's. I think it rolls a new initiative. It doesn't say. I'm gonna make it roll a new initiative. Okay, well it goes next anyways. Okay, so the one in front of Friedrich then reaches up and just tries to melt at I guess like the pulley around like the back of your leg where it's less armored. I'm just gonna sort of like try and reach up and touch you with its caustic mass. But it is at disadvantage because you are dodging, so it is actually a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
I would hope so. Okay. Next up is Tuk.
Tok's gonna just keep annoying this one.
Okay.
So he's gonna take the help action again.
All right. Euphoria. Your
Alright.
Your last sword attack didn't exactly go great. What's your next plan?
Let me look at which spells I have prepared. Hold on.
Dude, imagine having spell slots left.
I have been conservative. Oh, I don't have a ton. Hold on, let me look at the details.
Level
of this one.
paladins have 3 first level spell slots, right? Or is it 2?
It's 3, and the one spell I used yesterday was her once per day, second level.
Yeah, I was just wondering if the half caster had more spell slots than the full caster.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
Alright, we'll try it. Bonus action, ensnaring strike. I will put that in chat. And she's gonna try again. Because she's not very smart.
Okay, sorry, which one are you targeting the one right in front of you that Tuck just helped against?
Yes. Oh, that has
Okay.
advantage.
I mean, it doesn't matter. These things
no.
have AC 8.
It could crit.
Yes, but I could crit.
That's
We'll
fair.
just do one more.
Oh, 19.
Not crit, but that's still pretty good.
Damn, if only you were a champion fighter.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, that is still slashing damage.
Yes.
At this
But
point,
it also takes an additional 1d6.
yeah, just
Piercing.
give me a second to work out the order of operations. Actually, could you make me a investigation check, Euphoria?
Oh, that's gonna go well.
Well, there's always the
With her
chance.
-1 intelligence. There were 2. So...
Just like, huh? Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess you don't really know what is and isn't going on. Okay, so this in this area strike. Let's see on a strength saving throw.
1d6 at the start of each of its turns.
Yes, and the strength save. That is not a success.
No.
Okay.
So he is restrained.
Yep. But unfortunately, your sword passes through and it splits again.
She's just cursing wildly in Infernal at this point.
But this one right in front of you is sort of enraptured by a cage of vines.
Mark off
Let
the
me
spell
just
slot.
do the Okay. Oh boy. Anything else?
That is it, 'cause she used her bonus action and her action.
All right.
She's not moving.
Fair enough.
Orphantal's gonna move up a bit, and then he's gonna hold up his orb and actually cast Chromatic Orb at this guy.
Okay.
Oh,
which
how do I cast? I have to go to.
yeah, it'll be from the attack section. I
Yeah.
can change it so that it casts the attack right from your spell section, but it should do it automatically from the attacks section.
Yeah.
Which element are you choosing?
He's gonna stick with fire. Also, if I click it, it kind of doesn't cast it. I don't know what
'Cause
exactly.
it should have a pop-up that asks you what level you're casting it at.
Ah, okay.
It might appear. It might be weird and appear like behind your character sheet, which is annoying. But I believe that's why it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah, it did appear behind my character sheet.
Oh, sometimes it does that. Not super often, but sometimes.
Damn.
Okay, yeah. You sort of like Kamehameha with your orb, and you send out an equally large, maybe a little bit smaller, orb of fire, straight right past Friedrich and down into the jelly, which you sort of blast a massive amount of it onto the wall, and it sort of sizzles. It sort of sizzles away, and the now very very tiny mass of goop, which is smaller than even these two that have split up here, is now in front of Friedrich. Unless there's anything else you want to do.
No, that's all.
Okay, Friedrich.
Can I roll an intelligence check just to see?
You can do the same investigation as Euphoria.
Investigation. Okay.
I guess I should clarify. What are you trying to?
I was trying to. It's clear that the cutting it in half is doing this, but it didn't. It didn't like make another one when Orphantal's fire blast went through. Yeah.
No, it's just like the sword slash, and I'm gonna say with the 19, you also notice that because of the way Euphoria's strikes were splitting the slimes, it looks like she wasn't actually doing any damage with
just
her
making
sword.
smaller ones.
Yeah, just splitting them in half.
Now
that is what you get.
The unfortunate part about that is
that you both have swords.
I have not a sword, not my specialty though. So I'm just going to.
You can. I would like to point out you can do the pommel strike for bludgeoning if you'd like. If that wasn't what you were thinking of.
No, I think what I am going to go with is I think I'm just going to kind of like I'm just going to it worked okay for me so far. I'm just going to bunker down. I'm going to like kind of anchor my shield in between myself and the slimes in front of both me and Euphoria, and I'm going to take the dodge action again, just keeping like a bastion of defense.
I like to flavor heavy armor dodges as blocks.
Yeah.
So yes, because for some reason people are very pedantic about, well, it doesn't make sense if he's dodging, you're doing that. But yeah. Yeah. This is the ochre jelly that was ensnaringly struck. So it takes 1d6 if you want to roll that, Euphoria.
Woo!
Roll 6. Not looking great. I don't think bloodied and mortal really apply to this creature.
Yeah.
But this little thing does not look great. So it is restrained, which means it has disadvantage on attack rolls. But it's not smart enough to think to do anything about that. Yeah. So it is just going to try and reach up and try and just sort of stick you with the pseudopod at disadvantage. Which, not a hit.
No.
It's just like, it's viscous enough to where it can't really get out of the sort of vine cage that you have constructed around it. Yeah. The other one. Oh, I didn't roll initiative for the new one. Yeah, Okay, doesn't matter. Great. I'm getting lucky. My screw ups don't mean anything. Okay, and the one in the back. What can the one in the back do? I don't know. It's going to. Yeah, it's going to use its full movement to climb on the ceiling. It's still in the same general area, but it sort of slurps up the wall and into the middle of the ceiling. Um, so yeah, it's about 7 feet up. And then the one in front of Friedrich is going to just try and smack at Friedrich. These don't really seem to be very adaptable monsters. And that's another miss.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of thwack it away with the shield.
Yeah. This seemed like a foregone conclusion, assuming that you guys can use things other than swords. Tuck.
Yeah, he's gonna keep on that slime though.
Aye, Captain. Euphoria.
All right, she is going to. I think at this point she has realized that cutting it will not help, so she's going to take her sword in both hands and like a baseball bat, just swing at it with like the flat, so it's bludgeoning and not piercing or slashing.
Yes, pommel strikes. Pommel strikes are bludgeoning, but for long swords they are a D6 instead of a D8 because it is not the most efficient use of the weapon. So yeah, you can just make an attack, or you can just roll the D20 plus what you normally add for attack rolls, and then just do D6.
So this is
plus 10.
two-handed, so that's 1d20 plus 4 because it's not dueling.
Dueling does not apply to attack rolls.
Oh yes, you're right.
Yeah, dueling is just
My
damage.
bad. There's a 21 to hit.
Okay,
You
and
also
I guess
have advantage just in case it crits, but
Oh,
I
yes.
don't think it matters.
And, you know, we'll see for the crit. No.
Okay, yeah, I guess with versatile, then the damage die of the pommel strike would also go up to a D8. So nothing
1d8.
matters. Yeah,
Yeah.
one D8. Yeah, 1d8 plus the normal damage is just a smaller damage die than attacking with the
I'd
pointy
still
bit of the sword.
roll it separately because I had plus. I'm two-handing this.
Yeah, so it's just a yeah.
1d8
D20 plus strength.
plus
D8 plus strength.
4. 8.
Yeah, you absolutely smoosh it, and you sort of like lay it flat on the floor like pancake batter, and it does not reform. So, yeah.
Yeah, Euphoria just kind of spit on it.
Okay. Orphantal.
Yes, Orphantal's gonna snipe the one in front of Friedrich with another firebolt.
Okay.
Ah. That's the wrong one.
Okay, yeah, that is a hit as you just sort of like bing, right past Friedrich again. A lot of fire going past Friedrich's face.
Yeah.
Okay. Just sort of like boink, and then just sort of like you wait a second, and sort of like it sort of like disperses and begins sort of like evaporating, which doesn't smell good, but at least it's dead. Anything else?
He's gonna move there, and that's it.
Friedrich.
So
Slimes are being picked off one by one.
the one in front of me didn't reform. It just melted away.
Yes.
In that case, yeah, I'm going to move into this space here, and I'm just gonna. No, actually, I'm gonna move across, and I'm just gonna kind of like take my. I'm just gonna kind of try to bonk it off the ceiling with pommel strike.
Okay. So yeah, if that is one-handed, then it's just D6.
Alrighty. Okay. Yeah.
You should already have a. If you have like javelins or hand axes or something, you should already have a
I do
D6.
not.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you can just roll the dice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll it. It's a 3 plus 3. It's 8 total.
Is it?
Yeah, because plus 3 strength mod, plus 2 proficiency. If I'm adding proficiency to this.
Right. I don't know why I got confused. Yes, that does make sense. You do have a +5 bonus to attack rolls. I mean, as I said before, these things have negative dex. Their armor class is 8. You do hit. Roll d6 plus 3.
Damn!
8 is also the amount of health it had.
So yeah,
You just sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, describe yourself.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna take, the blade of my sword and kind of just scrape it off the ceiling, and then when it falls in front of me, I'm just gonna kind of drive into it.
All right, yeah, you knock it. You hear the a loud sport as you sort of hit it like the softball, and just sort of like slam it into the wall over here. Sort of like
Yeah.
goes against it and falls to the thing, and just sort of like doesn't move after that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, Ochre Jelly defeated. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm just after I wedge into it, wordlessly, I'm just gonna head back to the, if I could select my token, I'm just gonna head back to where I chucked Sam's lantern, and I'm just gonna open up the door. Make sure it's still there first and foremost.
Yes, it's still there.
Okay.
I will say that when Sam went inside the lantern, the light of the lantern got significantly brighter, and it is still that bright.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of pick it up, and I'm gonna hold it in front of me the same way that you hold a towel that your dog peed on. I'm just gonna. Guys. Sam's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone saw Sam
Yeah.
go into the lamp. It's just that you were the one that she was right in front of.
Yeah.
Oh, all right then.
Uh,
I don't know what to do with that.
I'm gonna tap the glass like a fish tank. Just if there's any response, just
There's no response, but it feels quite warm to the touch.
ooh, fair. It's a lantern.
I think Euphoria will kind of walk up to it and bend over and just squint into it, just yeah.
Yeah.
You yeah. Yeah, go on.
No, just kind of leaning forward and squinting again, kind of like you're at an aquarium.
You cannot see a tiny version of Sam inside the lantern. In fact, I don't think you can see the inside of the lantern very much. Yeah.
So last session, the item that Sam was looking for was in a box that you described as roughly shoebox sized, and Orphantal had it at the end of last session. Did Orphantal kind of just throw it to the floor or set it down when combat started, or
Yeah, he probably just dropped it when combat started, yeah.
in that case?
Yeah.
Mhm. Go ahead.
I think he opened the box because he was fooled by Sam, so he opened the box thinking the thing was inside of it, and it was empty. He was surprised.
Yeah. So in that case, I am gonna just go up to it, open it up, make sure it's empty, and then check this room over here, make sure that it's there, which I don't expect it to be, but Friedrich might. So just gonna look around, make sure that the goblet that Sam took is still there in some capacity.
You're searching through the treasure room.
Yeah.
No, the sort of very fancy chalice is not among the pile of currency in this room.
Fuck. And I'm gonna come back in the hallway. She took the cup.
She took the cup and then just kind of into fucking lantern.
She didn't look pleased about it, but yeah, she's in here now.
Yeah, it definitely struck Friedrich more as her being pulled into the lantern than her going inside of it of her own volition.
Yeah, so it was kind of like she turned into smoke and then she got like sucked in. Not like she turned in and then she went in. It was a very specific like being pulled.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we hold on to her?
I mean, probably.
Yeah. Maybe she'll come out of it eventually.
Should I just
Hopefully.
I'm gonna like gesture if either of you want it,
Well, I'll take it.
and I'm gonna hand Sam to Orphantal.
He's gonna-
okay. I feel like this is exactly like when you have someone's ashes in an urn, and you're like, "Is this an object or a person that I refer to?" So, yeah. I'm gonna hand the lamp over.
Well, you're at least 75% sure Sam is alive.
Hey.
Yeah, Orphantal's gonna tie the lantern to his belt. If it's not too big.
Yeah, Sam the halfling was carrying it around just fine. I don't think it's grossly oversized. So yeah, you can just affix it to the belt. And it's a very warm sensation on your outer thigh. Okay, what's the next move?
I would like to look into the bathhouse just real quick. You said that this was a lavender-smelling bathhouse or something like that?
Yeah, it smells like wine. It smells like, I think I said wine and lilac.
I'm very upset that we took our long rest in the middle of that musty church and not in the middle of a fucking bathhouse. Or a short rest.
Yeah, there's also, I think Orphan talking to Tess, there's also another very nice room over here.
Over where?
Over here that was just locked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it's very funny. I mean, it's not like the pews were falling apart, but it's definitely maybe not as nice.
Yeah.
It's
It's
one of
probably
these-
still stanky from the residual smell of like the vinegar and shit. I'm gonna pop back out. I'm gonna like look towards the pile of coins and then not take them. I'm just gonna step out.
You're leaving everything alone, the coins and the 12 normal goblets.
I personally, yes. I agree with
Okay.
what Euphoria said last session about it being. I don't think my god would be very pleased if someone took his ceremonial stuff. So I'm going to leave this because it's kind of. It's laid to a side. It was in an area where it seemed like the stuff was holy gear almost, because it was ceremonial.
It does look a little bit more like when you're a kid and you just sort of get all of the stuff in your room and shoved into your closet when your mom asks you to clean your room. There was no organization system. It was like literally just a pile of money and 12 boxes strewn haphazardly. So if it was holy storage, it was not. If it was holy storage, organization is not a tenet of Suicide.
Yeah. But, Friedrich is going to leave it be and is going to head back into the hall and look between the two of them. Do you want to keep looking around, I guess? Anywhere that you found Orphan's Hall?
I mean, there was a locked door, like, up the hall. But, not... I couldn't open it. And there's, like, a bunch of other ways here.
Friedrich is going to do this maneuver where his arms or his hands are behind his head, and he's going to flex his biceps and go, "I'm a bit of a locksmith."
Right.
Alright then. Because I'm fucking beat. Because we've been up since like. Because we did like half a day's work and then walked half a day.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we're in multiple fights.
Yeah.
So it's gotta be pushing like 1 in the morning or something.
You left at 12. You got here at 6. Or you left at 12. It was a 6-hour journey. You took one hour short rest on the trip, and then you just took another one. So it's not that late. It's like 8:30. 8:45-ish.
Ah,
At
yes.
night.
The time of adventuring work, where you go to bed at 6:30 p.m. and 8:30 is extremely late. I mean, if you guys want to start taking a... First off,
Yeah.
I don't know what room would be the best to take a night in. I don't want to do it back up in the church.
Yeah, that feels
Or-
a bit exposed.
Also, not a big fan of the statue looming over me, if I'm being honest.
Kind of unpleasant, yeah.
So, I would prefer to find a more dry... We're just kind of gesturing behind me. A more dry room that's not reeking of vinegar.
Friedrich, Friedrich, as you comment on not liking the statue living over you, you hear the
I figured.
in the
Yeah.
back of your mind.
I kind of just like put like stop mid-sentence and just let out a sigh and then continue.
You didn't grow up in a temple, did you?
I spend a lot of time in temples.
That's different. I grew up in the Temple to Lyra. You get used to the statues, man. They just kinda did they?
Not a big fan of the statues, especially because they all look different a lot of the time. It's like no one ever knows for sure what they're doing. So you never know if that's just a guy or a god that's watching you. I don't know. It freaks me out a little.
Each
He's-
their own, I guess.
He's just a little dude.
But if we want to try to find a better room to stay a night in, then
Yeah, I'm all down for looking around. I have a single spell slot left and 5 points of lay on hands.
yeah, I'm almost completely fine to spearhead this operation.
I'm still fine with spell slots too.
I am not, but I'm fine with muscle magic for the time
Yeah.
being.
Just hopefully we won't run into more multiplying piles of goop.
Hopefully. So,
Cross some fingers.
which room do you want to head to, Orphanthal? The locked one, or do you want to find a new one?
You can check out the locked one. I think I saw some fire in there. I think so. Do I remember that right?
I think Sam would have relayed that it
Yeah.
looked. It was. I mean, there is light pouring through the door. It is like complete darkness outside of your guys' spells and torches, but there is like light pouring through the crack under the door up there. And I believe Samantha. I think Samantha would have pointed out that it looks like a weirdly well furnished on the inside.
Yeah, we should check that out. Maybe could take a rest there then.
Yeah. Are either of you good at like actually unlocking a door?
No, but
no.
you're a master locksmith.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
manage.
Just didn't want to make too much noise if it wasn't necessary. And I suppose I will head to the door and kind of just like, yeah. First things first, I'm gonna do the intelligent thing here, and I'm gonna turn the handle. It's for sure locked.
It feels pretty locked.
Just like giving it a solid once over visually. Does it look like it's in good condition still? Or does this look more doable than your average, like, solid oak door?
I'm going to say because pretty much this entire underground complex was blocked by a secret door, I'm gonna say the doors are not too dummy thick.
Okay.
But they don't look like rotted to the core.
Yeah.
They just look like your average like house door.
And then final question: are the hinges on the outside of the door that I can visually see, or inside the room?
Oh, did I get you thinking about hinges in the last session?
No. I was gonna say actually. Yeah, no. I kind of forgot about that. But are the hinges on the inside or out?
Uh, this is a question I've never had to answer in 4.5 years of DMing. I'm gonna say it's you do not see the hinges. They seem to be on the other side.
Alrighty. In that case, I'm going to take my shield and kind of prop it up on the handle of the door, and then slam my weight into it and try to knock the handle off before I try to break through the wood.
Okay, make a strength check with advantage because I like your ingenuity.
Oh! Wait, it only... Okay, keep in mind, if it double-clicks top roll, so 23
Yes.
total.
Out of your 4 dice, yes, take the highest. You've got quadruple advantage. Right, yeah, you sort of like, and then just sort of like, and yeah, the doorknob just goes like, hits the top of the door frame and falls down.
Alrighty.
And you can hear accompanyingly the doorknob on the other side, because they're connected, right? That's how doors work.
Yeah.
Also just sort of
Yeah.
falls through
Alrighty.
onto the floor behind it.
And then I'm just gonna push the door in. Just try to get it open.
Okay. Now, because I can only reveal in squares, and this is a circular room, so ignore the stuff outside of the black lines.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Okay, inside of this room, this does seem to be a lavishly decorated room. Let me go to my flavor text. This room is filled with art relating to Susaid, and the walls are covered in frescoes of people celebrating, drinking copiously, and engaging in, to you, strange-looking rituals. There are numerous pieces of art here, a few smaller, more intricate statues, some paintings on hung up on parts of the walls where maybe the fresco didn't have anything going on, and you can see there are several nice, sort of like they look like velvet, like almost like velvet couches, I guess, and just like a big pile of very a very I don't know how to describe it. There's a big pile of fancy pillows, and you can see on the pile of pillows, sort of half buried by them, you can see a particularly schnasty looking goblin, with sort of like a broken nose, and some scarring, just sort of like laying back, like using the pile of pillows while sitting in the pile of pillows, using the other pillows as like armrests. You can see there's a scimitar over on the side. You can see that on a couch on either side of the room there is a goblin each on the couch. They are all sleeping, and somehow your very loud door opening endeavor has not woken them.
Okay. And then in that case,
What do you
I'm
do?
immediately
And
just gonna...
it is magic. It is very well lit by magic. You can see there are some presumably continual flames sort of hovering about the room.
Alrighty. I am very slowly going to just close the door, look at them, like my party, and I'm just going to go and point to the end of the hall where the slime first appeared, like right here, and then I'm just going to... Because I do not want these goblins to wake up when we are talking. So I'm just going to move to the end of the hall real quick. My mic won't pick up if I'm whispering, so I'm going to speak at a normal volume, but Friedrich is currently whispering. Friedrich is just going to kind of look between the group of you and go, okay, so there's 3 in there. They're all sleeping. They're goblins. There's some nice decorative, like some like fancy pillows and stuff, so we could probably take it and at least make a worse room better for sleeping, but they are currently asleep and I am not the best at all at moving quiet. I will wake them up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Me too.
I mean, I'm reasonably good at sneaking, but I'm not too keen on going in there alone. But I mean,
we will back you up.
yeah, I could go in
Yeah.
there, and as soon as shit gets going, you rush in.
Yeah. So there's 3 in there. There's 2 on some like couches, and then there's like this one towards the back of the room. He looks pretty gnarly. If you could take him out, just try your best to take him out, even if you don't get a clean kill. It'll probably make things a lot easier, and I will rush in immediately after. I'll give you some. I'll be able to maneuver you around, make sure that you stay safe. You won't be getting hit, to the best of my ability.
Yeah, I have 1 spell left, and I can.
That sounds great. Yeah, I'll sneak in then. Oh, I'm excited about this.
And if it's okay, I would like Friedrich to position himself on the other side of this door, and then prepare the dash action for as soon as Orphantal says anything, or as soon as I hear fighting. As soon as any sign of him starting a kerfuffle, I want to be able to sprint on in there.
Okay.
Euphoria will go to this other side. And just before he's about to walk in, she will cast Shield of Faith on him, which is my last spell. But that's a +2 to your AC.
Wonder how high we can get it.
Dude, we both have Shield of Faith, and I can bait and switch and roll an 8. So the answer is at least +12.
I mean, bait and switch, yes, but a creature cannot benefit from the same spell from 2 different sources.
Is that true?
So, yes.
Yeah, but I have shield, so
yeah, Orphantal would not be able to be like blessed by both of you at the same time, for example.
Alrighty, and I don't know if Friedrich would want him or Orphantal to be able to take action first once a shit show starts, because he would assume that once fighting breaks out, it'll be after Orphantal does it, but he is still going to put his hand on Orphantal's shoulder and just, you got this, and I'm going to cast Guidance.
well, of course I've got this.
And as we learned last time,
my audio's screwed.
Guidance cannot be used. It has to be used on an ability check and can be used on your initiative roll. So if you would like, do whatever you want with that. And yeah.
Okay, my internet is not doing great, and Alex is being very robotic. I'm going to turn off my video to take some load off of Discord. Hopefully you don't miss my remug too much.
My internet's also acting up. Like, I just cut out sometimes, so if I don't respond, it's because of that.
But like I know, like
yeah. I just wanted to mention it. Not.
Yeah. Gotten very used to the little indicator underneath the voice chat being red.
Fair.
Like my highest is like 250,000 ping, or 250,000 milliseconds on that little bar thing. Yeah. Yep. Probably not helped by the fact that I'm in a different country. Anyways, yeah. So Orphantal has been Shield of Faith. He's been guidanced.
Correct. And immediately holding the dash action, like I said.
Alright, in that case, Orphantal's gonna slowly open the door and start sneaking in.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
You can't use guidance.
Yeah, but I can use it after I roll,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh, I don't need
Ooh.
anything.
Fuck yes.
Okay, you tiptoe through the tulips.
Yeah, and he's gonna go straight to the big guy in the back. So... he's gonna draw his rapier on the way there.
Okay. Very menacingly, just like
Yeah.
as he's walking.
I assume he gets there right without being noticed.
No, you trip and fall and die on a table. Yes.
Oh
you,
shit,
Hell yeah.
man! I should have used that guidance.
you didn't roll you didn't roll a table check. Roll a furniture saving throw. Yeah, you can get over to him. He's just sort of chillaxing, buried in this pile of like fancy pillows.
Yeah, in that case, Orphantal's gonna activate his blade song, so he's drawing off whatever little shadows he can in here, and stab him with his rapier.
Okay. Make this attack with advantage.
Wow.
That's rough, bud.
I was gonna expand on a rule of mine, but you don't hit,
Yeah.
so I can't.
Damn.
Can you
No
roll a?
clue.
Can you roll a sleight of hand check for me, please,
Sure.
to avoid making any noise with your thrust?
Oh.
I accidentally rolled with this with advantage.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because it's the first roll, anyways.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you try and go. You're so sure you're gonna hit this guy that you don't even try. You just completely avoid him, but you very narrowly manage to pierce one of the pillows instead of scraping against the wall, making it so you don't make any noise. Do you want to take that one again?
Yeah, it's just like, fake you out, buddy. Gonna go again.
Warning shot.
Yeah.
Okay, make a rapier
Watch
attack
this
with
be a
advantage.
fucking crit.
Yeah. Wow, that's better. But still.
I mean,
You-
hey.
You poke down, and you hear a clink of the tip of your rapier, hitting metal armor. And make a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Alright.
Wow! What the fuck?
You hear just you're really worried that he's gonna wake up, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's still snoring away as you very shakily withdraw your rapier.
At this point, he's gonna get a bit frustrated. He's just like, oh, okay, screw this, and he's gonna cast Burning Hands on him.
That's fucking great.
Hurricane shotgun. Just
Also, if he can hit the other one in the back too, like.
No, our pillows!
Oh shit! Yeah, no, he's frustrated. He doesn't.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely light him
there's
up.
there's too much stuff in the way for you to get the other one, but you can definitely I'm gonna say this dude is sleeping, so he's gonna fail the saving throw automatically. So just roll your damage.
All right.
I will say, as soon as I hear and see this room erupt in flames, that will trigger my dash.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
just like stab, damn it, stab, oh, damn it. You're just like, God damn it.
Euphoria, like, as Friedrich is running in, Euphoria just does, like, the Brady Bunch head around the door frame, like, the fuck?
Yeah, so you just feel like, and in front of you, Orphan Tall, you have lit about half this pile of nice pillows on fire. And as you burn this big nasty goblin for 12 points, um, he just like wakes up with a start and begins screaming. um, Friedrich, you can take your dash action now.
I guess I'll use all 30 and I'll just get up in his face. I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on the pillows. Oh god. Please, save them.
Spare the frying.
No.
Yeah, he just like screams and he wakes the other two goblins up. So I mean, this is a surprise round. So everyone roll initiative.
Get that D4.
Yeah, there isn't any way to like add that to my thing, right? To my initiative roll automatically.
I can set it up that way if you want for like guidance and bless and stuff. But you can also just do it and I can edit it in the token order tracker.
All right, so I'll just roll initiative and then I roll.
Whoa!
I've been
D4,
rolling so much better than on initiative than I have in the past 2 games.
Turns out
Holy
being on
shit! I
fire.
still go before the boss.
Turns out being on fire does not do good for your ability to move quickly.
I'm so happy that I get to go before him when I have a negative and he has a positive. Oh, fucking look at that 22 on that ass initiative. Go, wizard boy.
Play that funky blade song, white boy. Okay, unfortunately, both of the goblins go first. But that does not mean anything because they are surprised.
Wait, no, doesn't Yannick still go first because of the D4 on guidance? It would be 22 total.
Oh, right,
18.
yes. Ignore everything I said except for the fact that they're surprised. Yeah, Orphantal, you're first up. Everyone's surprised.
All right,
This man is on fire and in a pile of burning pillows, and the fire is rapidly approaching you.
Yeah, he doesn't worry about that. He's he's gonna try to rape you again.
Okay?
He's on fire now. It's gonna hit.
You don't have advantage anymore, right?
Yeah, I know. That's better than my other rolls with the advantage.
Yeah, actually, he doesn't have his shield, so that does hit him. So yeah, he sort of pierced through. He looks like as he's like stood up with a start, you know, being on fire and all. You can see he seems to be wearing some decently nice looking chain armor, or a chain shirt, I should say, not chain mail. Which is a type of medium armor, not heavy. Yeah, and you managed to like go right in between two of the chain links. There's a word I'm not thinking of, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, you go right in between the chain links, and you do deal some damage. As he sort of yelps in combined "Ow, I'm on fire" and "Ow, I have been stabbed in the chest" pain. Anything else, Orphantal?
No, that's all.
All right. Next up are the goblins, who are going to sort of sit up from the couches with a start, and grab their weapons, but are otherwise surprised and therefore cannot do anything else. Euphoria
Helps if I'm on the right thing. Is going to run up to this goblin and just stab him. because he is surprised, would this count as advantage?
No, you are not in assassin mode.
Alright.
If they are sleeping, it would be advantage, but surprise just means they don't get to act in the first turn.
Okay. Different people I know have different, like, homebrew rules, so...
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter, as you just gut this dude immediately, and he dies before he can get off the couch. This man is just dead.
Yep.
Twice over. Really getting out. It really feels good to actually kill something with the sharp end of your sword after dealing with that slime. Anything else from you?
Nope. Because she doesn't have anything else she can do as a bonus action.
Okay. Next up is actually Tuck, who I don't know why he wasn't in the initiative tracker. Was Tuck on before your shoulder?
Yeah.
Okay, then he is where he thought he is.
So he's gonna just fly over here and try to peck this guy's eyes as he takes the help action.
I said Tuck to be at front. Shouldn't do that anymore. Okay, yeah, he has been helped against. This dude's having a really bad day. There's a bird pecking him. He's just getting stabbed. He's on fire.
No,
he's
choking
choking on
stabbed again.
The full Promethean experience.
choking on smoke.
I'm glad that you waited for at least one person.
That was fucking good.
No, I got it. I'm just not. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'll say for the sake of the joke. Hopefully, I'm remembering this right. For the sake of the joke, Orphantal just happened to stab this goblin in the liver.
Yeah.
He's the one getting. There's like 10,000 cruel and unusual punishments in mythology, but Prometheus is the one getting his liver eaten by an eagle every day, right?
Yeah, and who's like chained to a rock.
Yeah. It's not a boulder; it's a rock. Okay, Friedrich, with your bird-provided advantage, what are you going to do?
With my bird-provided advantage, I'm going to absolutely like. You know what? I kind of like the idea of the liver, so I'm just going to cut across the belly, with my longsword.
Slice him open like a pig, huh?
A little bit.
Don't forget you can click on the advantage thing. Okay, yeah, you slash across the chest. You do break some of the chain links. This dude's. I mean, he was already mortal. He was already mortal when Orphantal stabbed him, but now he's super mortal.
I'm also going to maneuvering attack.
Okay.
So I'm gonna slap on that D8. Deal an extra 5 damage, and Orphantal may now, like I said, I'm getting him out. You may move up to half your speed as a reaction. Does not provoke opportunity attacks.
Okay, well, before that, how do you do this?
How do I do this?
Yep, this man just dead.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to take my blade and from left to right, just absolutely. Oh wait, sorry. This character's right-handed. From right to left, I'm just going to slice across the belly, and where it like gets through the links and creates this opening, I'm going to take it on the way back and then just drive and try to pin him to like the wall.
Gosh, you're violent. Yeah,
a little bit, and then
Friedrich takes no prisoners.
No, he listen. If they fight back, they don't deserve to be a prisoner. And then,
in all fairness, these goblins have not fought back yet.
Yes, however, the other goblins have. So,
it seems awful generalist of you.
Then with the sword in the wall, he's going to, for the first time, take out his light crossbow, and that'll be his turn.
Okay. So you are, for drama's sake, leaving your sword pinned in the goblin in the wall.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, he's hung up like a notice about garbage bags in winter.
And then, Orphantal, if you would like to take that maneuvering attack reaction, you may.
Yeah, I can move 20 feet.
Ooh.
So a heal. Right, yeah. Just gonna sprint towards away from the fire heal. I don't know how that got here.
Oh, actually, can I also, before my turn officially ends, get up in this guy's face? Like, I know that it's not good because I have a ranged weapon, but just get up in his face.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, well, it would be the goblin boss's turn, and he spends his turn being dead. Orphantal.
Yeah, seeing. Yeah, Friedrich's got this goblin, so Orphantal's gonna just cast prestidigitation on the fire and snuff it out.
I think that specifies a small fire.
It says it can snuff out a small campfire.
Make an Arcana check to see if you can
Okay.
put a little extra power into your flame extinguishing abilities to successfully put out this pillow fire. Yeah, sure. You didn't get like, you only got like half the pile of pillows in the thing. So yeah, it's the size of like a large campfire, but you managed to scale up your spell ever so slightly. And you stop the active fire, but there's still some smoke billowing out. Anything else?
No, that's all.
All right. This goblin, I think, actually gets to act.
He better act well.
This goblin is going to look at everything, and he is going to bonus action disengage as part of nimble escape.
Okay.
And he's going to move very, very quickly out of the room. He's going to close the door behind him. So you do not exactly see where he goes beyond the door.
Gotcha.
But let me actually figure out where he goes. Okay. Yeah. Euphoria. Goblin just escaped. Are you going to allow that?
She's going, and I think she's also unconsciously using like her thaumaturgy, so she's got like smoke. The smoke from the fire is starting to like surround her. That's 1, 2, 3. Is it like? Does it cost movement to open the door?
No, it's just object interaction, which you
Okay,
get
yeah.
1 for free every turn.
3, 4. Do I see where he went?
Make a perception check.
I do this with advantage.
You do this with advantage. I also realized that with Samantha, half the party has advantage on initiative rolls, which is fun. Okay, yeah, sort of peeking around, just like with your extra little bit of awareness from your shield, you do sort of see the top of a sort of green pointed ear at the bottom of this staircase up here.
All right. So that was 20 feet, so she should be able to make it to him.
If she
If
dashes,
she dashes. Yeah. So just all the way here.
Okay. And now that you're actually downstairs, I will reveal things.
She will also shout behind her, like, he's here to everyone, so
Yes,
that
this
they
sort
can...
of, yeah. So from the staircase, this sort of hallway that the staircase leads to sort of narrows into a stone door, which you should be able to see the edge of over here.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Tuck?
Tuck's gonna also just go for the goblin. Tuck can't dash, right? Okay, I'm not
He
sure.
can dash, it's just his action. He can take
Okay.
Familiars can take any action except the attack action.
All right.
They
In
can
that case,
hide, dash, disengage, dodge.
Shove, grapple.
oh, he's gonna be good at that.
Those are technically attacks.
Depends
So
who
no.
you ask.
Yeah, but also a raven can't grapple shit.
You can grapple a rat.
Ravens are fucking
Doable.
big, man.
There are some big rats out there.
And there are some big ravens.
I think Tuck is a normal sized raven. Okay, so
For now.
Tuck is helping against this one.
Yeah, Tuck's just circling above him. So because he had to dash to get there, he can't help.
Correct. Okay. Friedrich,
Hi.
one of your enemies and two of your allies have just ran out the door.
So, it doesn't say the range of my light crossbow in my kit. I don't have it memorized.
8320.
8320?
I believe, although that could be heavy crossbow. I have Player's Handbook. I will look it up.
Alright. I'm moving my range, and then I am going to take a shot if he's within.
Light crossbow?
Yes.
I was right. Booyah, 8320.
Alrighty. This
I
motherfucker's
am
35 feet away. So that
So
was
good
huge.
at
Alrighty. And then you get to watch as my +5 goes down to a +1 because I have negative dex.
I will also say, because it slopes downwards and also there is a euphoria in the way, this goblin will have some cover from this attack, but you can try and make it.
I'm totally going to make it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just fire. What's the worst that can happen? I won't shoot euphoria. Oh. Cool.
You're right.
Yeah, I have a
Okay.
-1 to damage, so if I roll minimum damage... I forget in D&D if it's like Pokemon where you can't do less than 1 damage.
Yeah, I think it's successful attacks, unless the creature is immune to the damage type, do at least 1 point of damage.
Cool.
So
Doesn't
minimum-
matter, though, because I
minimum
rolled an
one.
8 on the initial attack.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, it just goes straight, doesn't even go downwards, it just goes straight into the wall. It just sort of planks down onto the staircase next to Euphoria and the goblin.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of sigh and rack another bolt into it.
This is why I told you This is why I told you to invest in javelins and/or hand axes. So you've got ranged options that use strength.
Nah, we don't need them. I'm just gonna sigh, rack another bolt, and then know that I won't be able to get another shot.
Or a damaging cantrip. Okay, Orphantal.
Nah.
Orphantal's also gonna sprint after the goblin. Oh, he can't quite get there, but he's gonna just cast Firebolt at him.
Okay. From this angle, he does not have any cover.
Nice.
That still misses, though.
Yeah.
It goes... It hits his armor in a place that does not seem to have any effect.
And that's everything.
Okay, well, the goblin, who is somehow still alive, is going to disengage again, and is just going to try the door, but the stone door is locked, and so the goblin is just going to, like,
Oh, poor guy.
bang on the door rapidly. You can see it starting to... You can see he seems to be hurt because this is a stone door, that he is, like, just rapidly, like, battering against it. And you hear a deep voice from the distance, from behind the door, say, Ulu Kalasayana! Fuck! Which Orphantal you recognize as Draconic, and it's, What is so important to interrupt my work, worm? And the goblin is just sort of like, lets out like blubbering wails in goblin. Um, Euphoria.
Euphoria is going to walk up to him. And just kind of, she'll say in common, "You sure you want to keep doing this?" As she like spins her sword.
Make an intimidation check.
Intimidation? I have good charisma.
It sounds like what you're trying to do.
Oh yeah. Certainly not persuasion. 6.
No.
It like slows down and looks at you, and just like, and just keeps battering on the door.
Sorry, what was that? Because it kind of just sounded like he sharded himself.
Yeah.
He blows a raspberry.
Ah. I only heard the fart noise.
I guess
like...
I guess my camera's not on, so you can't see what I'm doing. You can't see my facial expressions.
Well, if you're going to be like that, and she's just going to swing at him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. How do you kill him? In one fell swoop.
I think she fully beheads him. Just fully, like, kind of, it's a little intense. There is still kind of smoke around her. And again, I think she's unconsciously using her thaumaturgy, and her eyes are just glowing red as she turns around.
I was sort of imagining, because of the height difference, it would sort of be like a downwards bisection through the shoulder, but a beheading will work as well. Yeah, this goblin head hits the floor, followed shortly by the goblin body. What sort of the fists on the door sort of like slump downwards as the rest of the body does as well. And then a few moments later, you hear Alvaramasta, or Orcantal understands it as, "That's what I thought."
What do you want? That's what I thought.
Well, I will say, if he had another turn to keep banging on the door, then the voice might do something.
Yeah.
But if the goblin, so in this voice's mind, I will say the goblin just went away and stopped bothering him. So
Cool.
it could have been worse, but it sounds like the voice on the other end is not going to bother. Okay.
And the Euphoria is just going to start walking back, and her fully unaware that she is covered in smoke and her eyes are glowing.
Yeah.
Just full devil, like. And that was fun.
Satisfy my bloodlust another day.
Friedrich is with the same like urgency that he was using in the fight, is going to go back into the room and make sure all of the fires on the pillows were snuffed out, because he really wants to salvage them.
Yeah, there's a tiny little spark that you very quickly just like, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like half the pillows are salvageable.
Okay, that's you said there were a lot, so that's more than enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And
There are the 2 beds. Or, like,
Well, yeah,
sofas.
two very plush couches, which one medium creature could lay fully down on and be comfortable.
nice. Friedrich is kind of going to go over and he's going to take the sword out of the corpse of this boss and just let it slump back onto the pile of ash and pillows, wipe it on his sleeve, and then sheath it. Or, sorry, sheath it, not over the shoulder. And then put away the crossbow that will never see the light of day again, probably. So, beds.
Yeah, I guess so. Quick question, does this room look like any of the rooms Euphoria would have seen in the Temple of Lyra growing up?
I will say that there's probably a room similar, if not in like room shape, then room intent, of just like a room where there's just like where it's like a quiet place to be and ponder on some works of art relating to the god in question. In this case, it would be Lyra. but this one is more lavish than the one to Lyra. There's a lot more velvet. And actually, as you sort of just try and I guess say one of you eventually, as you're sort of trying to get the, it's probably going to be you for it if she's trying to do this. As you sort of look around and try and get a sense of the art, you eventually like look up at the ceiling and you can see what looks to be an intricate and grisly display. It seems to be a continuation of the fresco, although there's no part of the frescoes on the walls that seem to continue to this. So it looks like a separate depiction, like right on the ceiling. And it looks like Susaid, who looks a little bit different than he does in the statue in the main room. You see, he seems to have goat legs, but you can see Susaid is depicted as being dismembered by several people who, according to the rest of the frescoes, are followers of Susaid. And you see there's just like this very intricate design of the blood from Susaid sort of pooling and being lapped up by several animals, including bulls, panthers, and quite a few hummingbirds are just sort of drinking this divine blood as if from a watering hole.
Would Euphoria have any idea, like, for the context of this? Or if it's just some weird-ass shit?
Make a religion check.
Right. Not great, but, oh, that's a 4.
Just like, huh, doesn't look like anything at the temple.
Could Friedrich as well?
Sure.
Well, then.
Huh, this doesn't look like anything at the temple.
Yeah. Alrighty.
I'm gonna assume that that's something, like some sort of important sacred event, because in the room back home that we had like this, there was something similar.
Like a
but
sacred
just
event, or
kinda
like something similar?
sacred. And just another, there was, like, you know, paintings of Lyra, paintings of, like, some of the great acts she had done. You know, that kind of. So I assume that, or it's just some truly freaky shit.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, you sort
Could be
of like,
both.
yeah, you. What were you gonna say, Yannick?
Oh, just with getting dismembered seems like a very epic act, yeah.
Yeah, but as you're sort of looking up at this, it's almost like your morbid curiosity kicks in, and it's like it's so detailed and so like otherworldly in the depiction that it's difficult to look away. And it sort of just enraptures your imagination and your attention.
Like, I worship a war god and all, but that's a little funky.
It doesn't exactly seem like an act of self-sacrifice.
Yeah, no. This looks like sadistic. Or masochistic, even. But, yeah, Friedrich is going to kind of look towards the group and go, if it's alright with you guys, I opt to move the remaining furniture and pillows into a room with not that on the walls and ceiling.
And it doesn't bother me, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like a good idea. Bit creepy in here. I'll rather not.
Friedrich, can you roll me an intelligence saving throw, please?
Oh boy, can I? Hi, yeah.
Hello.
Oh! I failed that bitch.
Okay.
Okay, guys. See you next character.
Well, we will see you. Alex, please bring you and I into the secrets.
Oh no. Okay. Well, see you guys on the other side.
Okay. As you are talking to them about moving these pillows, and you look back up at the ceiling, you fail the saving throw. You get a 4. You sort of see from this pool of blood that is like directly above you. You actually see droplets of it fall down and land on your face, and you feel this warm wetness on your face, as like several drops of this fluid hit your face, and one of them sort of drops on your upper lip, which you sort of lick at to get away instinctively, and it tastes weird.
Weird how?
It tastes like wine. It tastes the way that lilacs smell, and it tastes like sulfur smells.
Oh.
How does Friedrich react to this?
Negatively. He's going to, at that point, he would probably just like look towards the party and ask to go, like sooner rather than later.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you to give your reaction and what
Yeah.
Euphoria and Orphantal see. You can put us back now.
Yeah, at that point, Friedrich's just gonna go, yeah, sooner rather than later, and he's gonna walk over to, like, the couch over here and pick up one end and go, would someone like to get this into the hallway or something now, please?
You alright, mate? And Euphoria will kind of go over and grab the other end.
I'm just gonna look Euphoria in the face, and I'm just gonna go, really? And then gesture towards my face. Wait, my camera's not on. Gesture towards my face in one of these maneuvers.
Friedrich's face looks like every single other time you've seen Friedrich's face. But Friedrich, sorry. Go on.
So you look the fucking same, other than scared shitless.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like try to wipe one of the droplets off, and like it's visible on my thumb. Yeah?
Yes, you feel yourself scraping this off with your thumb, and you look at it.
Like,
you can also
it's
see
a different coloration. Like, it's not like flesh tone.
Yeah,
it's like it's
clearly... No. It looks like you have removed some of this substance from your face and is on your thumb.
I'm gonna kind of like hold it out towards her. Do you not do you not see it? Just like
no.
Kind of doing one of these.
Orphantal, do you? And she'll kind of gesture to him.
I don't see anything. Like...
Yeah, at that point, Friedrich's just gonna go, oh, okay, yeah. And then he's just gonna walk out of the room. Okay. That's some weird shit, and he's not gonna mess with it. He's just gonna set the sofa down and walk out.
Okay.
And
well, alright then.
He's gonna take his sleeve, kind of do the thing where he pulls it up over his hand and just like wipe it all off of his face as much as he can.
Yeah, so as you're doing that, you're feeling the feeling of this moisture go away as if you are wiping something off, and you look at the part of your sleeve where you can see, because this is far more purple than red, it is showing on your red sleeve. And then you look at it for a while, you can see it, and then your vision goes blurry for a second, you blink a few times, and you don't see it anymore.
Yeah, he's just gonna... Yeah, at that point, he's gonna... Fuck, he wants to go to a safe place. Where is a safe place? Where are we? Sorry, he's going to get in the door. He's not going to shout down the hall. Where are we bunkering down for the night? He's kind of, like, clearly fidgety right now. The bathhouse? Clear another room? What's the plan?
I mean, the bathhouse seemed nice.
Yeah, bathhouse works for me.
And he's going to kind of, like, he's going to put 1 foot in to the room, and he's just going to snap his head up. Is it still... Is it still up there?
The fresco? Yes. Everyone saw the fresco. It's not doing anything... It is not doing anything except being paint on a ceiling.
He's going to, like, fully step in, just, like you know when a dog runs into a screen, like a glass door, and then the next time they walk through, like, to the threshold, they're like pawing through the space, making sure that there's nothing invisible there? It's kind of like what he's doing, where he's like very like skittishly making his way in, and then he's just going to grab like 3 or 4 pillows, bundle them up in his arms, and then walk to the bathhouse.
Okay, can you make me an investigation check as you are grabbing at these pillows?
Oh yes, yes I can. Oh.
Okay, as you are sort of going through, I assume even in your current stress, you are only grabbing pillows that are in like non-burnt condition.
Yeah.
So as you're sort of fishing through the pile of burnt pillows, you see what looks like some rusty metal pointing out from the bottom of the pile.
Oh boy. I'm gonna set the pillows down. I have a feeling that Orphantal and Euphoria are just staring at him like he's a psycho at this point, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of like looking at him, eye contact, looking at him, eye contact.
Yeah. And then I guess he'll take the pillows in the way and kind of like move them out to more clearly identify this metal.
Okay, yeah,
Just
this
kinda,
looks
throw 'em
like this piece of metal looks like it is not just a piece of metal. It is actually the business end of a hand axe, which is very rusty. And you can see the blade is very rusty, but the wooden handle and the sort of metal bucklings seem to be in good condition. But the blade is covered in rust.
Now, I don't know how this works. Friedrich probably doesn't. But is there a way to tell if this rust came from water or from the shit that was on me? Like, is there a way to tell what this rusted from? Is the rust a weird color or anything?
It looks exactly like every other bit of rust you've ever seen in your life on metal equipment.
At that point, I'm going to like sidestep and point towards it. I'll even clarify it. I'll cast light on it, and I'll just be like, "You see that, though, right?"
Do we see it?
Euphoria and Orphantal can see in this clearing of a pile of pillows what looks to be a rusted hand axe, where the blade is very rusty, but the metal bucklings and the wooden hilt in good condition. It is currently glowing and it's searing your eyes out.
Yeah, that's a hand axe.
Yeah, good thing I didn't jump into those pillows.
Cool. He's just freaked out at this point. He's gonna like, what's it embedded into?
It's not. It's just sitting.
I thought you said it was embedded into something.
I mean, no. It was that it was like surrounded by pillows.
Okay.
Was it like near the bottom of the pile of pillows, like a foot and a half away from where the goblin boss would have been sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like actively embedded or anything. It was just laying there, and it was just like it looked like just pillows had been piled on top of it.
All right. Cool. And at that point, he's going to pick up the other pillows, and like he originally had like the 3 or 4 that are like nice, and put them in his arms, and much less urgently than perhaps a moment ago. But he's still going to, with like a little bit more speed than normal, go into the bathhouse.
But you don't take the axe?
I don't think he finds use for it. He just associates it to be the goblin bosses.
Okay. Are Euphoria and or Orphantal interested in this rusty axe?
Yeah, Euphoria will grab it.
Okay.
Just kind of look at it.
Mm.
Alright then. That's the
Light's
pile of
still on it.
Yeah. That's the pile of shit I got. She also has the dragon shield thing.
So yeah, if you want this couch out of here, you'll have to wait on Friedrich. I can't carry that.
I might be able to drag it. Can Euphoria like lift one side of it and just kind of like pull?
Yeah, it's weirdly light.
Yeah, it's actually
Like-
not that bad.
If it wasn't just because of like the weird balancing, it seems like you could maybe just like lift this with one arm. With a little bit of difficulty, but definitely not impossible.
Yeah, then Euphoria will like kind of maneuver it so that she's not dragging it and making like scraping sounds. kind of look up at the ceiling and just kind of like, well, that looks fucked, but thanks for the couch. Make her way out.
Euphoria, in the back of your mind, you hear.
Has she ever experienced anything like this with, like, back home?
No.
Well, hopefully you're not going to do anything. And she will just kind of head, like, with the, um, bet with the couch, head here.
Was there any other furniture in that room?
I mean, the couches are sort of the standout.
Yeah, or other thing like anything of interest.
I mean, there's a lot of art. There's like small statues, statuettes, and paintings. But nothing that looks good to sit on, unless you want to grab more pillows.
Yeah, in that case, it's just gonna grab as many pillows as he can.
Okay.
Also make his way to the bath.
Do you close the door to the fresco room on your way out?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, Friedrich's kind of just like sitting, trying to like gather his thoughts because now his reality has been questioned.
Once
So,
Euphoria gets the couch down, she's going to look at Friedrich and just kind of point and go, sit down. Sit on the couch. It's there. Use it. You're clearly shook up about something.
What do you mean something? And then I'm gonna like sit down as I'm talking. Like
You were... you were fine one moment.
dripping.
What was dripping?
The roof, the painting, the blood. It got on me. It like like kind of just gesturing towards his face and then stopping, and then his like sleeve and then stopping. It was wet and warm and it touched me, and you didn't see it.
No.
Yeah, still just like torn the fuck up. Just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like he kind of looks like he's tweaking out right now. And he's just gonna like, it got in my mouth.
Wow, that sounds disgusting.
It tasted like wine, and it tasted like how flowers smell, and it tasted like ass. It was, and he's just gonna like wipe his eyes one more time, just make sure that none of it's on his hands. Like just give himself like a couple like rubs down the face, make sure that he's clean of it. Yeah, it wasn't good.
Ooh. Hey.
Yeah, let's stay away from that room.
Yeah. And he's just going to kind of like look around the room kind of nervously. I think we need to just take a breather. I think we need to stay for just take a rest.
Yeah.
Like
Whatever's
like a proper one.
whatever's behind that fucking door at the end of the hall sounded big, at least, or important. So might as well go in
Yeah,
on top of things.
It said it was working. Whatever was there.
What?
The person behind the door in the hallway, where the goblin went to.
It was like through a stone door, yeah. So would Friedrich have been able to hear it from like? 50
I mean, yeah,
feet
that's
away?
why. Yeah, that's why. It would have been a little bit fainter for you,
Okay.
but you all would have heard it.
Okay.
Yes, that's why I am saying it in Draconic, which I hope you guys are appreciating that because I enjoy doing it. It's a dimension of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever it's up to. I want to deal with it when we're on like, full bag.
Eh.
This place is starting to freak me out a lot more than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy in here, with like blood dripping from ceilings and giant slimes coming out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing good comes out of a god's temple being desecrated like this.
Did Euphoria share that she divine sensed the consecration of the upstairs?
Yes. She would have said it was... Because she was, like, talking about it being safe.
Okay. Alright. Whatever this place is, I want to be done with it sooner rather than later. What was the domain of this god again, by the way? Or his, like, domains, plural?
I assume you're not talking about his mechanical domain, which is trickery.
No.
But Susei, I can't remember if it was you or Euphoria who got this, but I think you guys just shared the information.
Yeah.
Susaid was god of wine, revelry, and madness.
I'm definitely starting to get the madness part of this place.
It's...
He's like picking at
I mean, it's a
picking at
little
his
creepy,
nails.
but I figure anyone who's had their home invaded like this is free to make it as creepy as they fucking want. Try and drive people
Yeah.
out.
Fair. They were
I certainly would.
sleeping in there. They were just asleep. Just in that. I don't like it.
Euphoria just kind of shrugs with her palms up, like, They're fucking weird. Who knows? They also didn't look strong enough to move any of the fucking furniture, so maybe they just kind of took what they could get. That room certainly looked more comfortable than the other one we saw.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
It's not like all of the paintings were bad. The frescoes on the walls were quite nice.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the thing on the ceiling was the only art with anything close to that sort of theme.
Well, yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the
everything
fact
was
of,
much
like,
more mundane.
Yeah, even just that, the fact that, like, what happened to Friedrich and everything in there, and the fact that they were still, like, just willingly sleeping in there irks him. We kind of got caught up in it because of Sam. And I'm going to pull out that, the little gem that the kobold gave me at, in the middle of last session.
Not a gem.
Not a gem. It was
A vial of liquid.
It was not a vial of liquid. It was.
It was a vial of green liquid, lime green liquid.
That's what I wrote down too, yeah.
Yeah.
I have written down that it was a physical object, like a stone.
That came out of the electric kobold, I think.
The what kobold?
The electric kobold from the first session?
Yeah, the elementals dropped
Not
stones.
the lightning gem from that. There was when the goblin the kobold that surrendered gave me an item. That was a liquid?
It was
Okay.
It was a vial of light green liquid. I think you even commented, "Oh, it's Styx Sturge repellent," because it looked very similar.
Okay. Maybe
But it was
maybe
not...
I'm just going insane.
I mean, I can't fault bad memory. I am its chairperson.
Alrighty.
I am
Uh,
the CEO of bad memory.
I forget. In that case, did I give that to anyone, or am I still in possession of it? Because I had that I was in possession of a rock. I might have given it away if it was a potion or a liquid.
I mean, you have not said that you gave it away,
Cool,
so
okay.
I'm gonna assume that you still have it.
In that case, yeah, I'm gonna pull it out, and I'm kind of like Friedrich is starting to feel kind of bad, but for pawning everything off onto Orphantal, but he's gonna like take the liquid out and hand it to him. Do you know what that is?
Sorry, my internet was gone. Did he talk to me?
Yeah, I handed you the vial of liquid and said, "Do you know what this is?"
Um, Not really, but I can find out. And he's gonna cast. Oh, wait, I have to. I have that prepared. I don't. So he starts ritual casting Identify. It's gonna take a bit.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything to fill these 10 minutes, or we're gonna move on to the results?
I think Euphoria's gonna walk over to the. Is there like water in the
There's
bath?
like, yeah, it's a huge central cistern, like a tub. And then there's just like sort of tiles on either side, like 10-foot tile walkway around the perimeter of the room,
She's just gonna stick her hand in to see if it feels
like
warm.
a 5-foot. I forgot how small this room was. It feels like ideal relaxing bath temperature.
Fucking A. It's warm too.
Oh, that's nice, but also off-putting. At that
It could
point,
just be a fucking hot spring.
at that point, Friedrich is going to kind of like begin to take off his armor either way, because he is exhausted and he would like to get a full night's rest.
Okay.
So I'm going to begin to like strip off my armor, and then after that is sufficiently done, is Euphoria making any moves to get into the bath?
And she's taken off her armor, definitely, and it looks like she's going to at least do like in my house we always call them hoe baths, which are just pits and parts, just kind of anything that's gonna smell real gross. You just kind of do a quick scrub.
Alrighty. Friedrich is going to let her get in first, and if she shows no sign of uncomfort, then he would also like to bathe. He's okay with waiting until after.
I don't
But-
fucking care.
Okay.
Just get in. We had community baths back at the temple.
Everyone's different, just making sure.
They're fucking parts. We all have them.
Yeah. And Friedrich will take off.
The Temple to Durain definitively did not have a communal bath.
Yeah, no, that definitely isn't something that he would have rocked with before, but he's going to strip off the remaining clothing and take a dip as well.
Okay. While y'all are chillaxing, Orphantal's ritual finishes, and Orphantal, what you have in your possession is a potion of acid resistance.
Oh well. Alright. In that case, he is gonna get into the bath too. And throw the potion towards Friedrich. No matter if he's ready or not.
Yeah, I can. I'm always prepared.
It's like,
Yeah.
not even looking at it.
It would have been useful against that slime thingy. It helps against acid. Like your resistance against it.
He's just gonna let out a sigh. Do you think that he gave me this to deal with the slime specifically?
Might be. But I'm not sure they knew that thing was here, considering it was in like a little room here that we opened.
Fair. So it's a potion of acid resistance.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, and then Friedrich's just gonna like take it and then set it to the side of the bath, and then once he gets out, he'll put it with his equipment.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
I think he's going to submerge himself down to like neck level if he can, so only his head is sticking out. And he's just going to go. I don't like this place anymore.
It's not that bad.
It's not, but it's uncomfortable. People.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to get whoever else is in here out. And Susaid can have his place back. And we can go.
I don't want to
While
spend more
she's-
than another day here.
While she's talking, she's like pulling the like horn jewelry, like the like various metal rings that are on her horns off slowly,
Mm-hmm.
putting them next, like just in a pile, and then just fully submerging herself.
Ah, yes, the bisexual jewelry pile. Of course.
Euphoria,
Yes.
as you submerge yourself entirely in this water, please make me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy.
Please fail.
I have a -1, so
Good.
intelligence.
I want you to know I'm not batshit insane. God damn! I'm
Natural
canceling
20.
Canceling the crit.
Wow.
This water is very pleasantly warm. In fact, it's sort of difficult for Euphoria to get a pleasantly warm bath because of her innate fire resistance.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to get to a temperature normally that it can do it, but it's definitely
boiling.
yeah, it's definitely the weird thing is it's definitely like comfortably warm for you, but also seemingly not too hot for Friedrich and Orphenthal. And Tuck, who also sort of like washes his feathers a little bit in the water.
Yeah.
She will just kind of, once she's done, come back up, finger comb through hair, braid it back, and just kind of crack. How long you two boiling? Whenever I got the water this hot back at the temple, fucking Kai ran out. He always said it was too hot.
Just gonna like I'm already like fully submerged. But I'm just gonna like take my hands out, like touch the water. It didn't suddenly get like boiling hot anywhere. Yeah. Like
No, it's actually. I mean, I'm just assuming that Friedrich and Orphental's ideal relaxing bath temperature is nice and warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just very pleasantly warm. It's like the ideal for you that you very rarely reach because of how the water works. It's just like very comfortable, and also the fact that it's seemingly not going to cool off at all. It makes this very relaxing.
Yeah, he's going to kind of just like splash his hands a little bit on the top. It's not that hot, I guess.
It's quite pleasant.
Well, thanks, Susaid. I appreciate the fucking magic bath or whatever the fuck this is.
Euphoria either assumes that we're just made of stone and just like the most durable people ever, or this is magic.
It's magic, you know.
I think Friedrich is going to be the first one to get out of the bath, and after he does get out, or like before he does get out, he is going to like fully submerge himself and make sure that his face is clean, just like run his fingers through his hair, make sure that he's nice and presentable.
Mm-hmm. Nice and fresh.
Yep. And then come back out and then go and redress himself, but armor up again.
Mm-hmm. All right. Euphoria and Orphan's
Yeah, once Euphoria's satisfied she's clean and has fully braided her hair back so it does not become a goddamn rat's nest in the middle of the night, will push herself out, kind of use like if there's like any cloth around and like any kind of like weird thaumaturgy she can use to like make herself slightly hotter so it evaporates off.
There's instead of the towel, because there is towels. There are very nice towels.
Then she will use that.
They are embroidered in purple and gold. Like a
These
purple
are
and gold
nice.
stitch.
And she will just kind of dry herself off and yeah. Armor, clothes, armor. Settle down.
Quick question. I'm gonna like touch my skin. Is my skin still warm from the bath?
I'm not any degree different
Like-
than it would be if you just got out of a normal bath.
Yeah, but like, you know how when you get out of a hot bath, your skin is still vaguely warm for a little bit?
Yes.
I'm just gonna kind of go up and just like pat some of the skin on Euphoria's shoulder. Is it like hot?
She is also a tiefling, so she just runs
Like
very warm.
Is it no? Because like I've cast guidance on you so far at least once, so I've had to physically touch you,
Yeah.
so I would know body temp. Is she like hot? Like she was just sitting in very warm water?
Um.
Or
Yeah.
is she warm? She is.
Yeah. I think normally she sort of feels like how someone's forehead would feel with a really bad fever.
Mm-hmm.
That's like her normal operating temperature, but now she definitely feels hotter.
Hello?
You're. I don't. You're very warm. Like
I'm a tiefling, yeah.
Warmer than normal. Like you were just sitting in actually hot water, like you said.
Well, that's what it fucking felt like. It was nice. I can never get it that hot normally.
I don't like this.
I don't like these magical luxuries.
I don't like this. And then he's gonna, yeah, he's just gonna like get himself ready for bed.
I know it's because of the thing with the blood, but I like to imagine in Friedrich's mind, he's like suffering builds character. I hate these luxuries.
Honestly, part of that might be somewhat true.
I'm gonna
Like-
sleep on the concrete floor.
Anyone want to take the couch? Just kind of ask the room as a whole.
I mean, you brought two, didn't you? You brought both of them?
we got the first one. I'll go get the second one.
You want someone to go with you?
I think I've got it. I
Alright.
gotta go back in there. Just face it, I guess. And he's
You
going.
want me to come with you?
I'm a big boy. He's gonna cast light on his pants again, and just kind of go and, unless you guys like purposely follow him, he's just gonna go and grab the sofa, bring it back.
Yeah, Orphantal left the door open.
Yeah.
Just go straight up.
Orphantal's also gonna send Tok out with him.
Do I run into any Cthulhu-esque issues in that room again, or am I able to just grab the sofa?
Funnily enough, you do see what looks like a tentacle of Yogg-Sothoth. No, fine.
Hell yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna do the puppy thing again, like slowly make my way in the room,
You don't have to worry about that. Mortals can't perceive Yogg-Sothoth.
and then I'm going to go over to the goblin boss before I grab the sofa, and I'm just gonna run through his pockets, see if he has anything, because nobody did do that.
Okay. I don't think you've been doing that for most people, but yeah. Where is that? It's DMG. You know, I mean, I appreciate my ability to open to like within 3 pages of the page I'm looking for, but I would prefer a more cool superpower. God, be great. Give me fucking invisibility or something. Ooh, hot damn. This is an incredibly wealthy goblin. You find 4 platinum pieces
Holy shit. Okay.
because
Damn.
I rolled 100 on the D100 to determine which type of coinage she had.
Damn.
This goblin was stacked
Yeah.
with cash.
Yeah, he's just gonna kind of like in awe, and I have a feeling he knows that Tuck is following him. He's just gonna like hold up some of the money and like towards
Okay.
Tuck and go, "Look at this." Pocket it.
Make a dexterity check.
Oh boy. That's fitting.
Tuck plucks one of the platinum coins out of your grasp.
I mean, you know, I was gonna share, but
I mean, you weren't gonna show with Tuck.
that's fair.
Treasure! I forgot I have the mimicry trait, so I can say some words. Treasure!
And then he's going to like get ready to drag this sofa, and then if this one is this one also super light?
Yes.
Yeah, in that case he is just gonna kinda like pick it up and maneuver because it is still big, so it's still kinda difficult, but
Yeah,
pick it up
it's
and
big,
maneuver.
it's just not heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems... Oh, sorry.
No, he's just gonna take it back to the bathhouse.
Yeah, it seems like it's made out of a certain, like, method of sort of wood structuring where it's, like, very light but very strong.
Hmm.
It's like you could have a Goliath sit comfortably on this thing, but it's still not very heavy at all.
Interesting. And then I'll drag it back into the room that we were in. Then final weird door question for the time being. This door right here that leads into the bathhouse. Does it open into the hall or into the bathhouse?
It opens into the bathhouse.
Lovely. I'm going to, after I get in, close the door and then put the sofa right up against the door.
Okay. Are you also going to sleep on that sofa, or was that the entire purpose of acquiring that sofa?
Oh, no, I'm going to let somebody else. I'm going to take the pillows that I took and make like a little makeshift thing in the corner over here.
Okay.
Just like a little what's the term? Pallet for myself.
All right.
And then just kind of cozy in.
All right.
Hmm.
You
How
sure you
many-
don't want one of the couches?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm in good shape, and if I'm being honest, I don't think I know that we've like half discussed height before. How much do y'all weigh approximately? If you happen to know that.
I'll have to convert that real quick.
Yeah.
There's a table for the core races. Do you want to do it by rolling?
Yeah, it's...
You can also just like decide. Look at
About
look at the
150
numbers.
parts.
About 150.
Yeah, probably a little bit heavier than that, because she is probably like 175, because she is big and taller than...
Friedrich is not the tallest, but he's muscly and kind of compact, so you and him weigh about the same, so...
Mm.
I mean,
Friedrich isn't tall, he's just dense.
yeah, he's not, like, short. He's rocking, like, I think 5'7", 5'8", but, you know, he is dense. I mean, up to you. I'm okay with just kind of hanging out, taking my rest alone. Or not alone, but not on. I'm used to not exactly luxury, so if you want to take some comfort to yourself, then I'm okay.
I mean, if you're sure. And she'll just kind of settle down, stretch her
I'll
neck out a
take it.
bit. She'll
How
take the
many-
one against the door, just to add some extra weight to it.
Absolutely.
All right. How many pillows did we get out of the room?
I know I said I took 4.
I just said it took as many as I could carry.
I'll say you could probably get 5 if you really, really tried.
How big are they?
Maximum. I don't know. Big enough?
Okay, I wanna. Orphantal wants to build a pillow fort on top of the.
With 5 pillows?
Yeah, he's gonna get as best as he can. He's also gonna ask Friedrich to borrow some if he has some to spare.
Just sitting alone on 4 of them. You're just like, I need more for my fort.
Yeah, it's important.
Honestly,
You want to come in here? We can have a fortnight.
Honestly, Friedrich will offer up to 3 of his pillows for the cause of a pillow fort.
He's also gonna use the couch as a base, so. And he has probably a sleeping bag, so if he needs like.
Yeah, I will offer up 3 of the 4 pillows that I've got for the pillow fort effort.
Yeah, I mean, there are some that were like designed for the couches, some that were decorative, and some that were like literally just put this on the floor and it's a comfortable seat to sit on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can probably just keep one of the big seating pillows.
Yeah.
If Euphoria sees him giving up this many pillows, she will take the blanket she has out of her bag and just chuck it at him.
I have... Oh, give me a moment. I will retort once I know what's in an explorer's pack. Because... Wow, that's not how you spell explorers. I'm having a stroke. You guys get to see me type in Elsplarkers. I've got it.
Explorer's pack.
I've got it, and he'll take out like a little bedroll. I'll be comfortable. You can keep your blanket.
Oh, Leora, help me. And she'll take the blanket back. And in her head, she's just like, to kind of like she's talking to Leora, just like, I did try. But you can't. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Just kind of like...
You know, he'll unfurl his little bedroll and his big old pillow, and he'll make himself a. Oop! I'm pressing every button that I don't need to. That's crazy. Yeah, he'll unfurl his bedroll and his pillow, and he'll just make himself a little makeshift little comfy area.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we're not quite there yet, but I do have a question about hit dice.
Oui.
You regain half of your hit dice rounded down. Yeah?
Yes.
So since I have 3 d10 and a d8, do I restore any 2 of my choosing, or do I only restore half of each? So 1 d8, 1 d10.
I'm gonna say, for sake of convenience, and for sake of it not really being a big deal, you just get to choose.
Cool.
Because it would have been a big deal at level 5 if it was the rounding thing, because then it would have only been... No, never mind. It would have only taken effect at level 6. But yeah. Alrighty. Cool.
Okay.
You guys ready to head to bed for the night?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'll feel it if anyone tries to hit the door.
I'm not exactly the heaviest sleeper in the world, so I think we'll be fine if someone tries to break in. Well, good night, I guess, and he's gonna snuff out his pants light.
Good night.
Yeah, Euphoria's gonna settle in as quietly as she can, do her like prayers to Lyra. And then at the end she'll be like, I know I got violent today, I'm sorry. And then try and settle in for sleep.
Can I, just like, as we're going to bed, can I make a... I know that I'm not the best with too many of the gods, but can I make a check on, like, the history of this guy? Like, I'm not super familiar with him, but can I try to, like, learn some lore about this guy? The god that we're Susaid, you said?
Yes, Susaid.
Can I attempt that? Just try to get some of his, like, his mythos or some of his, like, commandments or anything. Just something about him.
Sure.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, we're just religion check.
Religion, gotcha.
Oh, was that it? I didn't hear the noise.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you don't know a lot about Susaid. Again, because Doraine doesn't exactly have a lot of gods that are close to him.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's not a lot of because I feel like in most religions you would learn about like your gods like friendly gods, like a few of like the gods that are close to your god.
Yeah.
As well, you would learn some cursory information about that, but you really didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's mostly just on stories that you've heard. I mean, yeah, it's really sort of dependent. Sometimes Susaid is very, sometimes Susaid is very benevolent. He helps people for no reason. He provides wine. He provides plenty. He provides cattle for people in need in a few stories, and wine for celebrations and all that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
There are some stories that more celebrate. There are some stories that more emphasize the madness side, where he doesn't actively hurt people, but just messes with them for his own amusement,
Mm-hmm.
and has been known to drive a few people off the deep end, so to say,
Of course.
for that sort of thing. But that's mostly restricted to his devoted, some very limited sects, like, that is their goal, to achieve the perfect madness of Susaid. And also to, like, people who make victims of his faithful, he will normally punish them with some form of madness. But in general, it's just sort of messing with people and not really worrying about the consequences. So he's very, in general, his alignment would be chaotic neutral,
Okay.
where it's sort of up to pretty much everything he does is up to his whim.
Okay. And then my final question for right now is,
yeah.
I'm gonna purposefully like stay up for a little bit. I'm gonna let everyone else kind of pass out, and this is a weird one, but I kind of want to read your guys' demeanors as you sleep. Like, I don't know how to explain this other than like, are you guys? How do you guys sleep? Are you like defensive? Like, do you like keep like balled up, or are you very like open? Like, how do the both of y'all sleep? Which is, I know, a weird question.
Thinking about this.
This is not Dark Thoughts.
Yeah, no. This is going to be tactical assessment insight, though.
Okay.
Because I've got two more, and I want to get a deep bead into y'all. So, if you would like, I can give you guys insight rolls, and then you tell me based off that, or if you just want to tell me, you could.
There's
yeah. You go ahead.
there's not much to like. I've said before, like Euphoria very much is who she appears to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not much guarded about her, so she is kind of sleeping, kind of as starfished as she can get, like one foot hanging off, an arm like tucked behind her head, the other around her waist. Her horn, like her head positioned in a very specific way so her horns do not catch on anything, which appears to be like the most practiced thing
Mm-hmm.
about how she's sleeping. And it's fairly open. And her sword is just kind of next to her within easy reach, but also she's not like holding on to it or anything like that.
Yeah. All right. And for Mr. Orphanthal?
I mean, Orphanthal seems like he's pretty relaxed. He doesn't seem like he's on guard like while he's sleeping, of course, but and he moves around a lot in his sleep, so he's got a pretty restless sleep. And as for yeah, you get the feeling the pillow fort's not gonna hold up if he moves around this much. And yeah, his sword's like completely somewhere else in the room, and he's not wearing his armor. Like he seems pretty. Doesn't seem too on guard, as I said. Yeah.
Gotcha. Alrighty. That's all I wanted. And with that, I will actually take my long rest.
Okay. Yannick, can you roll a d10 for me?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you guys sleep. It's a little bit it smells nice, it's nice and warm. The only thing you can really complain about is that this is more humid than perhaps you might like in this bathhouse, but it's probably the best sleeping conditions you can get in a room that is not stanky and or haunted. Um, yeah, so you all wake up feeling reasonably well rested. Nothing happened during the night, at least nothing that anyone noticed. Everything is exactly how you left it. And it just seems, I don't know, seems like a restful, uninterrupted night of sleep.
Alright. Real quick, I have to go to the restroom. So
Yeah, so
if
to
we're
say
cool
before we
with calling
continue, can we
break-
take a quick break so I can get food?
Yeah, 10 minutes. Get
Yeah.
back at 8:40.
Sure.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
to me.
See you then. What you munching on, Alex? Oh. I was hoping it was anything else. But at least I'm not jealous. Yeah, it looked like pasta. I mean, lettuce is leaves. It's not like maple leaves, but they are leaves. Literally the first leaf that comes to mind. Because it's the only thing where, like, the name of the leaf is also a part of other things. Like the Toronto Maple Leaves. Whereas there's nothing like oak leaf. Or... I mean, there's probably like neighborhoods named Oak Leaf, but I don't care. Yes, it's also like a tree that I see a lot, and like the only one. It's okay. The actual answer is it's the only leaf I can identify which tree it is just from looking at the leaf. 'Cause it's on my country's flag, and like 3/4 of our food packaging. That's an exaggeration, but it is on a lot of shit. I wonder why.
Fourth while you're at it. What do you want?
Oh, 4 then. Well, first,
Michaela, are you
Do you
here
know
but
about
muted,
any
or are you still gone?
secret entrances.
I'm here,
trap
sorry,
doors
I'm
that-
just eating, so I didn't want y'all to hear my chewing noises.
So just Yannick, we're waiting.
I'm here too.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
Yeah. Enjoying it, yeah.
okay. Yeah. So, gearing back up to go, getting the recording started again, assuming it was paused.